We've got a lot to talk to you about. You've got a fabulous new film coming out. You've got lots to discuss with us. But firstly, you are a very enthusiastic Brexiteer.
I absolutely am. I've been from the very beginning. And I think it's going to be very good for us. I mean, it's, what, 45 years, 50 years? And I mean, I've been able to go to France with no problems whatsoever.
You were just in Paris, right?
I just came back yesterday. Everybody's very happy there. There's no terrorism. I mean, you don't see a lot of policemen around. You see loads of tourists. It was beautiful. The sun was shining. I went down the Seine. I had a great time. And it was there was a feeling of joie de vivre. There really was.
And they've been hit twice very badly. I mean, this reaction to the terror attack in London last week, it seemed to me a massive overreaction of people saying this is going to cripple Britain, cripple London. I didn't get that sense.
I didn't read that paper, darling. But, I mean, what I don't understand is that most of the embassies have armed police outside them. Why don't we have armed policemen outside Parliament? I mean, that seems to be most important. And was he wearing a vest? Was he wearing a He wasn't even wearing a vest.
The police officer, sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
He was wearing one, but he was unarmed. And, of course, that meant that when the guy pulled out his knife, he went around the vest and was stabbing him in the head and so on. I mean, it's horrific. But that debate, I think, is just a nonsense. I mean, you should just have armed guards on the gate, right?
I saw what was happening. They're putting up huge blocks of concrete outside all the places like Buckingham Palace, Windsor, which is making it more and more difficult for people to drive. But what can you do?
Well, this is one of the... I mean, I totally agree with you, and I'm not intimidated when I see armed police officers.
No, neither am I.
I don't find them
I
scary.
love the police. I love the police.
But there are people who say, you know, we need to have sort of open access and give this sort of friendly face to the police force, and that arming police officers frightens people. Can you see that point of view?
Well, I can see that if you have them in, like, a boutique on Bond Street, yes, or in your supermarket, but I think that in certain places, like, I think outside Buckingham Palace, most definitely, anywhere where the Queen is, because that's such an obvious target.
Yeah.
And all of our...
As was the Parliament.
If this guy had had a gun, for example, this whatever his name is, I mean, he's had far too much publicity, I think. I mean, they always put them on the front of all the papers and talk about them like they're some kind of pop stars, which I just don't like at all.